Hi, I'm Craig Carr. I'm supervisor here at the Tub, and right now I'm working Sammys, and I'm watching Titantown Sports.
What's going on, Titantown sports fans? Ben Kelly alongside RJ Scott here. We got a great episode for you coming up, RJ. Whole lot going on in Titantown. We got some PAC championships, both in basketball and track and field, and a great look at some great brotherhood among the Titans.
Yeah, brotherhood built through basketball, bond like no other. It is truly a special episode, and I can't wait to share with all of you.
What we're going to do first is take a look. The Titans had a great semifinal performance to take them to the PAC championship final at W&J. Let's see how that went for Westminster.
Welcome back to the final basketball PAC recap of the season, starting off St. Vincent and Bethany. St. Vincent moved on to the PAC championship after defeating Bethany 78-60 in the semifinal round. The Bearcats jumped out to an early lead and controlled the game throughout. Ella Simpson led all scorers with 24 points for Bethany, but in the end, it was the Bearcats securing the 18-point win and heading to the championship game. Washington and Jefferson advanced to the championship game as well with a 58-42 win over Chatham in the PAC semis. The Presidents pulled away in the second half with a strong defense. Katie Kowalczyk led W&J with 15 points and a double-double, while Riley DeRubo added 14 points in the victory. W&J now to the championship game, looking to repeat for the second straight year. Now on to the championship game, where the W&J Presidents would capture the PAC Women's Basketball Championship with a 64-43 victory over the St. Vincent Bearcats at the Carey Center in Latrobe. The Bearcats came out strong and held a 29-28 lead at half, but the Presidents made some major adjustments after the break and completely took control of the game in that second half. W&J tightened up defensively, holding the Bearcats to just 14 points in the entire second half, while the offense began to find its rhythm. A dominant 22-7 fourth quarter helped the Presidents pull away and seal the championship victory. Katie Kowalczyk led all scorers with 22 points, while Stelny Lucian added 17 to support the President offense. The win marks another PAC title for head coach Gina DeRubo, whose program has become one of the conference's most consistent contenders. With the victory, W&J secured the PAC championship and the conference's automatic bid to the NCAA Division III Women's Basketball Tournament, continuing the strong run under DeRubo's leadership. Congratulations to the W&J Presidents for capturing another PAC championship. On to the men's side of things, where Westminster would punch its ticket to the PAC title game with a thrilling 81-79 win over Chatham. You see Trey DePietro playing free safety, intercepting the pass, and finding Lucas Stanley for the last-second three. The Titans rallied in the second half and held on late to secure the victory. Levinson Xavier led all scorers with 34 points for Chatham, but Westminster survived the two-point semifinal battle, 81-79. A championship game full of Presidents. W&J advanced to the PAC championship with a 75-65 win over Franciscan in the semifinal. The Presidents used a strong second half to pull away. Nathan Plotner led all scorers with 22 points, helping W&J secure the 10-point victory and a spot in the conference title game, ending it with a throwdown here. W&J wins it 75-65. W&J would sweep the President's Athletic Conference Basketball Championship Saturday with a 68-61 win over Westminster at the Salvitti Family Gymnasium. You see right there, Matt Seidel, an early three for the Presidents. It was a tight contest from start to finish with multiple lead changes and the Titans holding a narrow 31-30 halftime advantage after the Drew Weir spin cycle layup there. Westminster stretched the lead to as many as 7 early in the second half, but momentum shifted midway through the period when Westminster superstar DJ Harrell got injured and did not return to this contest with just under 12 minutes remaining. The Titans continued to battle through adversity as Trevor Sifke and Trey DePietro were also banged up down the stretch, and the Presidents capitalized on the opportunity. The Presidents tightened up defensively and slowly chipped away at the deficit before closing the game away on a key late run. Matt Seidel and Matthew Cart each scored 16 points to lead W&J, helping the Presidents secure the 68-61 victory in the PAC championship and the conference's automatic berth into the NCAA Division III playoffs.
Well, a great season ends in heartbreak in Washington for Westminster. RJ, a great season for Titan basketball.
Indeed. So, I mean, a team that only had single-digit wins last year, making this jump to the PAC championship, and we were there for it. I mean, it was incredible to see. It's heartbreaking. There were seniors and we're gone, but it was truly a run to remember.
And what shall never be forgotten is that Trey DePietro interception at the timeline. the dish out to Lucas Stanley in the corner, and then the eruption from the crowd. It was incredible. Probably
the loudest that place has ever been. And it's going to be like that next year because I truly believe the Titans will be back in that same spot once again. We'll have to see. And they're going to be losing some big guys, or at least they have some big seniors that have a tough decision to make, but they were actually honored in the All-PAC weekly and yearly honors on Wednesday. Titan DJ Harrell, the grad student, was named first team all-conference, with senior Drew Weir being picked to the All-PAC second team. Harrell led the Titans with 21 points per game and was top 5 in the conference in shooting, going 50.8% from the field. He was twice named PAC Player of the Week. Drew Weir was 10th in the conference in scoring with 14.2 points per game and 5th in rebounds with 7.3 per game. He finishes his senior year with 6 double-doubles, including a 14.16 rebound double-double against Penn State Shenango. More Titan honors. Mick Hergenrother and Kennedy Arison were both named to the PAC Sportsmanship Team. A great showing for the Titans in the last day of the PAC season. Yeah, especially for both teams. Shout out to the women's team as well. Not getting as much love, obviously, but an incredible season for them. Great turnaround. Katie Grexer coming in, hitting those game-winning shots. Coach Roseanne Scott with her energy coming off that bench. I mean, it was truly a season to remember for the ladies as well. Absolutely, and we got some more PAC championships to look at, RJ. It's not all just basketball. Seth Carroll has the full rundown of what happened at the PAC Track and Field Championship this week.
Hey Titan Town sports fans, this is the Watson and Trustwell training site at Youngstown State University, where the Westminster Indoor Track and Field team competed in the PAC Indoor Track and Field Championships. The Titans had several athletes earn a top spot on the podium. Jenna Zendron placed second in the 400-meter dash, third in the 200-meter dash, and was a part of the 4x400-meter relay team that took second. Jenna says the results are proof that hard work pays off in the end.
If I could summarize this season in one sentence, it would probably be that lots of hard work pays off, and I feel like that was reflected today, not only in my performance, but in a lot of my teammates' performances as well. Everyone did spectacular.
Next up is freshman standout Zach Koval, who placed second in the 400-meter dash and earned third as a part of the 4x400 relay team. Zach shared how unstable the season has felt, with injuries consistently shifting momentum and making it hard to find consistency.
First of all, I'd like to give all my glory to God. Without Him, none of this would be possible. It's been a long indoor season. As short as it's felt, it also felt incredibly long. And I'm just incredibly grateful to be able to run here at PAC today. There's been moments this season where I haven't been able to run. So I'm really grateful to run today, to be able to give my best effort. And honestly, I'm a little emotional hitting this PR. It's my first time going sub 50. I've been working at this for years now, so I'm incredibly grateful.
Senior Shelby Rambo found herself on the podium multiple times across a variety of events. She claimed first in the shot put while also placing 7th in the 60-meter hurdles and 8th in the weight throw. Shelby now reflects on her senior indoor season.
So knowing that I'm a senior and being able to come out and kind of contribute to the team my senior year, it feels awesome. And especially coming in, I was supposed to take second in the shot put, so being able to PR really felt great today. My weight and my hurdles fell apart a little bit, but overall as a team, I think we're doing really well, and I'm proud of all the PRs that everyone's accomplished today.
Sophomore Ryland Dye became a back-to-back PAC champion in the high jump, securing the title once again this year. With the mark of 2.06 meters, Ryland shares how he stayed locked in and focused throughout the competition.
So to stay locked in, I was reading my Bible last night. I read Romans 12:2. It talks about renewing your mind to the perfect things of God. And he gave me peace and comfort. He instructs us to be strong and courageous and be afraid for nothing. And so I knew today I had to execute. He gave me all the tools and everything I needed to be able to compete at the highest level today. And I want to thank my Westminster teammates, my family, my friends, everybody that supported me this whole season. It really meant a lot that everyone was hyping me up, and it gave me the strength to get over that bar today. So I'm just glad I could do it.
Sophomore Grace Iwig, who redshirted last year and placed 4th, came back strong with a 3rd place finish in the high jump, clearing 1.55 meters. Grace explains how her coaches push her to compete at the best of her ability.
So my coach always tells me to stay true to myself and trust myself when I'm jumping, and she also tells me to just execute everything to my best ability, and I think that really helps me to ground myself and to make it into less of a big deal and to not worry so much.
Now, I heard some Titans broke some school records, so let's take a look at that. Sophomore Ryland Dye tied the PAC record and broke his own school record again, with a high jump of 2.06 meters. Junior Dalton Kohler broke his teammate Dennis Jones' 800-meter record, running a 1.56 to earn third place at the PAC Championships. Freshman Zach Koval clocked a swift 48.78, setting a new school record in the 400-meter dash. Sophomore Reed Yost cleared 4.75 meters, setting a new PAC record in pole vault. Junior Jack Kreider broke his own school record in the weight throw, improving it to 15.09 meters and securing a first place finish. That's a wrap from Youngstown State. I'm Seth Carroll. Let's send it back to the desk.
No matter where the Titans go, they always look to bring home hardware, and that is exactly what some of these Titans did for track and field. Ben, I mean, it's truly a great start for the year for the Titans as we are constantly finding ourselves in championship positions.
Yeah, it's a great start to 2026, RJ. You've got the women making the playoffs, the men going on a run, track and field doing what they so often do, which is make that podium and high up on it. And then baseball off to a pretty hot start as well, RJ.
Yeah, Titan baseball is off to a strong 3-2 start with 2 thrilling walk-off wins. On Friday, the Titans played a one-and-done 10-inning bout against Pitt Greensburg. Following a Quinn Marcus and Ian Temple hit by pitch, Braden Ziegler hit a left field pop fly to secure the win for Westminster on a sacrifice, scoring Marcus and in the first of a 7-inning doubleheader. The Titans won an 8-7 shootout against Fredona State with bases loaded in the 7th and final inning. Sophomore Tom Rook blasted a single through the right side, scoring Ian Temple and taking game 1. The Titans eventually split the doubleheader, and the Titans will head to South Carolina for their spring break games before opening conference play at Franciscan on Saturday, the 18th.
Well, no strangers to the dramatic RJ, the Titan baseball team. Love a good walk-off win every now and then, and they do a nice job there to pick up too.
Incredible, too. And a fun fact I heard last night, correct me if I'm wrong, Tom Rook, anybody, but the Titans haven't had a losing season since 2016 or 2017, and Pat Riley has been doing an incredible job. It is truly something you love to see for the spring sports.
We'll have to check that out and make sure everyone's on the right page. We'll check our encyclopedia, Ethan Kurtz, on that later on. But also another team that is no strangers to winning, the women's golf team, RJ. They share a practice facility with the men's golf team. Bill Rankin, Titan alum and head of HR at Pfizer, he wanted to get his name on a building. He goes, how do I do it? They go, we need a good golf center, a practice area. So he donated the Bill Rankin Golf Center. Connor Ely has a quick little tour of that golf center to get a full tour.
Hello, my name is Connor Ely. I'm a freshman on the men's golf team, and I'm going to give you a tour of the Bill Rankin Golf Center. So over here, we have our trophy case, everything we've won from the past couple of years. This is all non-conference. And then in here is all our PAC championships. Girls have won 7 in a row. So yeah, this is our awards case. And here we have all of our rings from the guys winning in 21 and the girls winning the past couple of years. Over here, a lot of time spent on the ping pong table. And we also have a bunch of pictures and things around of famous golfers who have signed pictures for us and whatnot. In here is the locker room, the main locker room. I'm not sure exactly how many lockers it has, but it's pretty much like girls on this side, guys on this side. And yeah, everybody gets their own locker with their name on it. Looking over here, we got 2 couches, TV, sink, fridge. Basically, it looks like we have a popcorn maker over there now. I didn't even know we had that down here. But yeah, we just chill over here, play ping pong, a lot of stuff like that. And down this hallway to the left here, we have the Palmer room. Bill Rankin's favorite player was Arnold Palmer, so this room's kind of all dedicated to him. We got a bunch of his pictures, flag from the golf course. And yeah, this is like where if we ever have like team meetings, things like that, have to meet with coach. Sometimes, you know, play games in here or whatnot, just as an extra room. But yeah, this is the Palmer room, pretty cool. A lot of old stuff in here that's pretty neat. Moving over here, we got our 2 simulators. See Sturch hitting some golf balls over here. But yeah, we got 1 on each side. They're the exact same. They're Foresight GC3 launch monitors. So yeah, they're pretty new and pretty good. I'll show you the gym and the other locker room. So this is kind of like our private gym area where we come in here, do yoga, whatnot. You know, obviously lift weights, do things of that nature. And in here we just have another little locker room, excuse me. But yeah, just some extras for a couple people that don't fit in the big locker room. Over here we have a bunch of cool old bags and old golf clubs that Coach just collected over the years, and they've been down here. And over here we have our big putting green. See Josh, Tyler, and Gross doing a putting contest. So yeah. Fun fact about the putting green, it was made so every type of putt could be hit, uphill breaking left, uphill breaking right, downhill, things like that. That was WCN Cribs, Bill Rankin Golf Center edition. My name's Connor Ailey. Send it back to the guys at the desk.
Fun fact, Connor made that putt first try. It's the first one putt he's had in years, RJ. But of course, a big thank you to Bill Rankin, the late, great Titan alum whose legacy lives on at the Bill Rankin Golf Center.
Yeah, I mean, quite the contribution for that center right there. I actually was there recently. Very nice. A lot of good greens. Ben Kelly actually gave me a tour. Love the Arnold Palmer room, by the way. A little, what do the kids say, glaze, as they say? I don't know, but it's a very nice room. I love it, and it's a great addition to campus.
That 200-square-foot putting green, all the amenities you could need. And it's a real brotherhood, sisterhood in there. Speaking of brotherhood, RJ, you got to catch up with some real brothers on the Titan basketball team.
Yes, I did. Lucas and Matt Stanley. I got the help of field reporter Jacob Walzer. He did a phenomenal job capturing these interviews, especially with the father, and we are going to take a look at that.
Ball to Visner. Long pass stolen away by DePietro. 8 seconds. Trey into the corner. Stanley. 3. Got it! It's gone! The Titans lead. 81-79. 4 seconds on the clock. Trey DePietro with a huge steal.
Before the iconic game-winning shot, before the roar of the crowd and the trip to the PAC Championship, before Lucas Stanley became the moment everyone would remember. He was just a kid in the driveway, competing with his older brother. Because long before the spotlight, it was always Lucas and Matt Stanley. One hoop, one ball, and one question that never really needed to be asked. Who's better?
It means a lot. Not only him, I have 2 other ones, and just watching them, how hard they work, I knew how hard I had to work, and I wouldn't be the player I am now if it wasn't for all that.
Lucas joined a true family tradition, becoming another Stanley to reach the 1,000-point milestone at Union High School.
And there it is.
It factored in a lot. It probably was the main factor. When he texted me that he was coming here, I thought about it, and both coaches at my time, like Soroki and Coach Richards, both treated me very well, and I'm glad they let me come back out, and the guys have accepted me, so it's been fun so far, and I'm glad he's here and decided to come here.
Matt's journey to Westminster would be different, just a bit from his brothers, as he explains here.
Taking a couple years off from hoops kind of hurt a little bit. Gained a little bit of weight, some muscle, but no, I think I'm a little bit stronger now. I wouldn't say I'm as quick as I was, but I think I've became a better shooter and just a better overall player. And guarding some of these guys been humbling. Get a little quicker and adjusting to the speed, but I think I've just been getting better.
And he later etched his name in the 1,000-point club for Union High School, joining great company with his father and brother. He also shared, too, how he would believe Lucas would handle his game in college and where it would take him.
It's the Union Scotties all-time scoring record holder.
As the older brother, like I know he can shoot, so I always thought he had a chance to maybe play a little bit and get a little bit of time just because of how he can shoot it. But I didn't expect this, and I still try to bring him down and humble him a little bit as much as I can. But he's been doing good so far, and I hope he keeps it up,
Behind it all is their father, Mark Stanley, a Westminster alum and former Union boys basketball head coach. He reflects on what it means to watch both of his sons compete at this level and the work ethic he instilled in them that still shows today.
The biggest thing, I'm glad it's so close to home. Makes the travel nice, and the PACs, everything's within about an hour. So that's nice, and it's always fun to watch them. I coached them in high school, and now I get to see them in a different light, sitting there and getting to see them play. It's kind of exciting for me. Well, I've seen how much work that they put in, coming up through when they were young. I was at the gym, before they even started, and they were there all the time, them and their older brothers. And, so like I said, they're skilled, developed from hard work. That's what I preach to the kids. And the message is clear. I just want them to be good citizens.
Then, the million-dollar question. I asked both brothers and their father who would win in a 1v1 backyard basketball matchup. No referees, no cameras, no nothing. And you'd be quite interested on what they had to say.
I'm taking myself. I think, I'm not going to let him shoot. I'm just going to make him put it on the ground, and he's going to have to guard me in the post.
He obviously going to take himself. I'm going to take myself. But you ask him what happened last time, it was 11-0, and I didn't have 1-2. I took him to the post. I'm just longer and stronger now.
Oh, I would say it'd be close. I would take Matthew, because I think Matthew would, in the end, beat him up, because Matthew's spent a lot of time in the weight room. So I think strength would overtake it, and Matthew kind of got a temper.
This is more than basketball. It's brotherhood, legacy, and a family tradition like no other. This is the Stanley Brothers.
RJ, I think we got a new marquee matchup, Matthew v. Lucas. See if Matthew can, in fact, beat him up, as his father seems to think.
Yeah, it was quite the treat doing that package, honestly, and thank you to Jacob Walzer for getting all that stuff. The father, the most interesting character out of all of them, to really like to get an interview with him, and just see how the whole dynamic worked with having 5 sons, because that had to be quite the house to live in right there.
Absolutely, RJ. And one of the legends in the Union Scotties basketball lore, Matthew and Lucas, legends in their own right. We're going to stay in Lawrence County, though, and check out what Mohawk's up to in this week's episode of High School of the Week.
Titan Town sports fans, my name is Lily Stedman, and this week we're heading to Mohawk High School to highlight the Warriors as our High School of the Week. Mohawk High School has been an important part of the local community for decades, serving families within the Mohawk Area School District with a strong commitment to student success. Built on a history of unity and growth, the school was formed when several local communities came together to create one district focused on providing greater opportunities for students. Today, Mohawk High School continues to not only emphasize proficiency but athletic excellence as well. On the baseball field, the Warriors have built a strong and respected program rooted in hard work and tradition. The Warriors baseball team is led by head coach Nick Mariano, a Westminster College baseball alum who took over the program in 2018. During his collegiate career, Mariano made national history by recording a 35-game hitting streak in 2008, the longest in NCAA Division III history at the time. Since stepping into the coaching role at Mohawk, Coach Mariano has not coached a losing season, bringing the same consistency and competitive edge to the Warriors that defined his playing career. Under his leadership, the program continues to compete with intensity and pride, building on a tradition of excellence every time they take the field. While the baseball team continues to raise the standard each spring, that same drive for excellence extends beyond the diamond. On the hardwood, Mohawk's boys basketball program has experienced a major resurgence under head coach Mike O'Lear. Before leading the boys team, O'Lear guided the school's girls basketball program to back-to-back WPIAL championships, establishing himself as a proven winner. When he took over the boys program in rebuilding mode, his leadership quickly changed the culture. During the 2022-2023 season, the Warriors earned their first WPIAL playoff win in a decade and reached the quarterfinals for the first time in 21 years. At the center of both programs is standout 5-sport athlete Bobby Fadden, being a key contributor on the baseball field and a dominant presence on the basketball court. On the hardwood, Fadden has developed into one of the area's top players, averaging over 22 points per game during the 2025-2026 season and becoming Mohawk's all-time leading scorer with over 2,200 career points, breaking a record that has stood for 50 years. He is also tied for 3rd all-time scorer in Lawrence County. His leadership and ability to perform in big moments helped guide the Warriors to a 21-2 overall record and a perfect 12-0 conference mark under head coach Mike O'Lear. On the baseball field, Fadden has also been a key offensive presence, delivering timely hits and bringing energy and athleticism to the field under head coach Nick Mariano. More than the numbers, Fadden represents what Mohawk High School athletics stands for: hard work, versatility, and pride in competing for the Warriors year-round. This has been another edition of High School of the Week, highlighting the Mohawk Area Warriors. For Titan Town Sports, I'm Lily Stenman.
Thank you, Lily, and good on highlighting Bobby Fadden, too. Like you said, tied for 3rd for most points ever in the county at 2,232, and a 5-sport athlete, RJ: golf, track, football, basketball, and baseball.
Yeah, I just met this young man this past week, and an incredible young man, works hard, strives to be the best. I mean, playing 5 sports is not easy, but he makes it look like it's just another day's of work.
Well, let's get a more in-depth look at the high school sports scene. Aydan Gross is outside of Old Main right now with a full view from the tower of the Mercer and Lawrence County landscape.
Thank you, Ben and RJ. I'm Aydan Gross, currently outside of Old Main here on the Westminster College campus. The perfect spot for a view over the high school sports landscape in Lawrence and Mercer counties. It was championship weekend in high school basketball, so let's get right into it. Beginning with a championship all of New Wilmington will talk about for years to come in Girls District 10 2A. Number 1 Kennedy Catholic met number 2 Wilmington area at Slippery Rock University. The Lady Hounds raced out to a 10-0 lead over KC, but Tori Harvey and Bella Magestro would keep battling as the Golden Eagles crawled back into it to lead 26-19 after 2 quarters. In a thriller, Wilmington erased the halftime deficit to lead by 1, 41-40 with as little as 13 seconds left. Future Titan Alyssa Flick knocks down 2 critical free throws to pad the Hounds' lead to 3. Looking to send it to overtime, Kennedy can't get a shot off. 43-40's the final as Wilmington are D10 champions for the first time in school history. Reese Bruckner's 16 and Flick's 11 headline Wilmington scores as Magestro tallied 15 and Harvey 13 for the Golden Eagles. Wilmington's remarkable win ends an unreal 15-year title streak for KC. In 1A, Farrell met Commodore Perry as the Steelers had eyes set on a second straight D10 championship, backed by a 26-point, 11-rebound double-double from Janiah Daniels and 17 points from Delaney Stewart-Wilson. It was all Farrell's start to finish. The Lady Steelers claimed gold 62-37 over Commodore Perry. In the WPIAL 2A championship at the University of Pittsburgh, Neshannock looked to avenge a loss in the title game a year ago, squaring off with Winchester Thurston. Peyton Newman dropped 24 points and collected 11 rebounds as the Lancers grabbed a 60-51 win and the D7 title, their first since 2022. On to 4A of D10, Slippery Rock met Harbor Creek at Meadville High School. In a contest that was tight from start to finish, it was freshman Ella Thompson that comes up huge in the closing moments, scoring the final 6 points of the game for the Lady Huskies. Harbor Creek pulled off, winning 49-46 for their first ever back-to-back D10 4A titles. Starting with consolation games for the boys' side of things, in 4A of D10, Hickory met Warren, with the winner placing 3rd in 4A, though both teams already did qualify for the PIAA state tournament. Kyler Slevin led Hickory with 16 points, and Trevor Borowitz notched 12 as the Hornets used a fast start to run past Warren, 57-44. Another local squad played in a D10 2A consolation as Greenville met Sagertown Friday with a spot in the PIAA playoffs on the line. Despite a 33-31 Trojan lead at half, Sagertown battled back with a 22-point third quarter, pulling off the win 66-60. It keeps their 2025-26 season alive and ends Greenville's campaign. For the D10 Single A Championship, West Middlesex took on Erie First Christian Academy at Slippery Rock University. Starring on the biggest stage, Avery Collins notched 41 points for the Eagles as Erie First Christian dominates the Big Reds on the way to an 88-51 title win. In the D10 4A Championship, it was a public versus private matchup between Sharon and Erie Cathedral Prep at Slippery Rock University. Cedric Boyd continued to excel, notching 23 for Sharon as Heath Miller added 20 for the Tigers. On the other side, 3 Ramblers posted 20+ in a shootout between the two sides. Cathedral Prep win at 99-80 for their 27th D10 title. Finally, the WPIAL D7 6A Championship of Newcastle and Upper St. Clair had eyes from all across the state on it. Even after a slow start, Newcastle fought from down 17-5 into taking a 28-26 lead in the third quarter. Despite the absence of Marino Graham, who fouled out in the fourth, Newcastle led 51-48 with under 30 seconds to play. Ryan Robbins hit a jumper for USC to cut the lead to 1 before Jake Foster earned a trip to the line, hitting both free throws to give Upper St. Clair the 52-51 triumph and a D7 title. That's a playoff basketball recap. Congratulations to every team who claimed a championship. I'm Aydan Gross. That's your view from the tower for WCN's Titantown Sports.
Newcastle making waves, as always, last year making waves, and this year even going a little bit deeper, beating the teams like Central Catholic, but just falling very short to Upper St. Clair. That's why I love the WPIAL, because small schools like Newcastle can compete with these city schools and give them a run for their money.
Yeah, and you love to see that. You love to see a little Cinderella run, and it's great to see. A good job by Nika High, and thanks to Aydan Gross live on the scene at Old Main.
Yes, indeed. But now we will go to High School Athlete of the Week, as we like to keep it local around here, always showing love to our athletes, as we have Grove City had a great week for track and field. The college men and women's team finishing second in the PAC, and the high school won state titles. Congratulations to the Titantown Sports High School Athlete of the Week, Milena Shulo, who won 2 state titles for the Grove City Secondary School Eagles on Sunday. She took home the PIAA titles in both triple jump and high jump. She is pictured with teammate Aaliyah Morgan, who placed second in the pole vault.
Yeah, RJ, and just a great showing from her, and really for the whole Grove City High School track and field team. Melina, she's going to be going to Kentucky next year, a D1 commit, and no doubt making waves there.
Yes, like we said, small schools getting big school love. I mean, when you can have D1 recruiters come to this area and show out, Ben, it's truly incredible.
Absolutely. And staying with track and field, the Titantown Sports Athlete of the Week. The Titans indoor track and field team claimed 4 PAC titles at the championship meet last week, including Rylan Dye's high jump title. The sophomore won his 2nd straight indoor high jump championship, soaring over the 2.6-meter bar. That clearance ties Dye for the 7th in all Division III and sets him far and away as the Titantown Sports Athlete of the Week.
Rylan Dye just making headlines, as we said. You know, Jack Kreider, Dennis Jones, Rylan Dye. But this Rylan Dye has been consistent year in and year out, continuing to add to PRs, break records, and they keep getting championships.
That's right, RJ. And a lot of training goes on for the track and field team at Old 77. And you know, back in the day, Old 77 was more than just a recreational center for students. The former home of Titan basketball had a 15,000-gallon pool. That pool was filled with the Westminster Synchronized Swimming Group. Taking us to Titantown trivia, RJ, what was the name of the group that performed synchronized swimming in the pool of Old 77? Was it A, the Titanettes, B, the Mermaids, the C, the Aqua Titans, or D, the Flounders?
You know, this one's going to get me stuck a little bit, you know, because these are a lot of good names. And if we're talking about Old 77, this is way back in the day. So let's go with D, the Flounders.
Take a look. It was the Mermaids.
Wow.
I thought I'd get you with the Titanettes, maybe the Aqua Titans,
Yeah.
but you went up with the, I like it, all good guesses. And Tom Rook has the full history of Old 77 in this week's Mural Minute.
In 1921, a Westminster College landmark was built. Once home to Westminster Titan basketball, its name echoes a legendary 77-game win streak. This is the Mural Minute. And this is Old 77.
With its iron roof structure and maroon brick exterior, Old 77 stands out from the traditional architecture of the campus quadrangle. Sitting at the southern end of the main campus quad, Old 77 hosted Westminster Titan basketball games until 1951. The gym was a true home court advantage, as the overhead track inside made corner jump shots nearly impossible and helped define the towering Titan era.
The 1927 team is the team that became known as the Towering Titans, and the reason for that is they were very tall, and if you can imagine 5 guys playing a zone defense in that small gym.
Old 77 features a basketball court, indoor running track, dance studio and stage, offices, and an exercise room. The building was remodeled in 1979, and the Marjorie A. Walker Rec Center was officially completed in 2003. The most recent upgrade came in 2024, adding a brand new weight and cardio room. At one point, the building did feature a swimming pool as well.
There was a swimming pool in Old 77. The gym was open in 21, the swimming pool was open in 26, and they had synchronized swimming shows in Old 77 pool. If you were a good swimmer, you could get down the length of the pool in probably 4 strokes.
Without a 77-game Titan basketball win streak, the building would not bear the name it does today.
That was the Mural Minute on Old 77 in New Wilmington. I'm Tom Rook for WCN's Titantown Sports.
Thanks to Tom Rook and Darwin Huey for that segment, RJ. And now every time you go to the gym, you get to see a little bit of Titan history walking through the halls.
Oh, I love it. Honestly, so when I first came to Westminster, my overnight and whatnot, I talked to Coach Ed, Coach Benz, and one of the main things they drove to me was the history here, and I'm a huge history buff. I love it. And just seeing the historical buildings like Old 77, Old Main, the library, it's something that you truly just really take in here at your time at Westminster, and it's always appreciated.
It's great to see, and so many great histories, so many great lores going on at Westminster. But we got spring break coming up. Still an episode next week, of course. No episodes every Thursday. We're not going to give you up on that. Big spring break plans, RJ?
Oh, indeed. So going to Florida. So wish RJ Scott luck. So it's going to be a good time. I'm going to try to get some clips down there and, you know, just really capture the good times I'm having.
There you go. Have fun. Be safe if you're going to Florida, RJ.
Yes, indeed.
Wear some sunscreen and enjoy the heat, man. I'm going back up home to Canada and Toronto, so, you know, I won't. All right. We'll see you next week. A big thank you to everyone, all the Titan coaches, players, athletes here on Titantown Sports. We'll see you next week.
I'm Aydan Barker. here with the men's golf team. Thanks for watching Titan Town Sports. See you next week.